Welcome back. It is raining. It's actually kind of a vibe. Not like super crazy rain, that chill ass rain, you know? It's kind of drizzling. I don't know what I'm talking about. Dude, a little bit out of my mind this morning. It's been that way all week. I had a little bit of a refeed yesterday. I'll just go ahead and tell y'all, I didn't completely, I've messed up way more than this before, but typically on Thursdays is when I'll have like some kind of like, not fast food specifically, but like some kind of going out to eat kind of thing. Excuse me. My allergies have also been just absolutely nuts this week. It's been a bother. I'm gonna have to get rid of this hair, dude. I think that's gonna happen this weekend. But anyways, we got this place called BA Burrito, and they just had way more food than I expected for $12. It's honestly a great deal if you wanted to pick out, but I was expecting like a regular, I mean, dude, when I say, it was a box of nachos, right? Like I was expecting chicken nachos. I'm getting my protein up, you know, track it. Definitely gonna have some hidden calories in it. Bro, it was probably like 3 times. I honestly, this is why I don't recommend eating fast food more than once a week, because you never truly know like just how many calories you're getting. But I know for a fact it was way more than like what I put down, because I don't know. To be honest, I have no idea how many calories we ate yesterday. So that's in the mix. I just won't be getting that again, you know, lesson learned, but I feel pretty all right. I think what we're going to do is, I've been talking to you guys about this a little bit. I need to slow that down. It's getting on my nerves. But dropping my calories to 2,700 instead of 2,800, I think's the mood. Just to kind of, not to necessarily speed up the process, but because I do think that that's just really the range we probably need to be at. I think 2,800 is a little bit on the higher end, especially because, like, you know, like, for one example, I have supplements that are gummies, and I'll typically not track that because I'll kind of just let that be in the mix. But like I said, if I really want to be at 2,800, it's easier to just drop that to 2,700 and let those fill in there. You know what I mean? So that's one reason. But also, I just think 2,700 is a little bit more rounded for where I'm at. Now, I haven't been doing really any conditioning, you know, with this hamstring and everything. So that's a factor. So I don't know if that's going to change things when that, you know, ramps up. But like I said, we'll get to there. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But anyways, man, now I got to turn this thing back on. Very inconsistent with the windshield wipers. But we got back and shoulders today. So haven't thought too much about what we're doing yet. I kind of wanted to get some, honestly, bent over rows wouldn't be a bad idea, but I really just want to be, I feel like that would really put some tension on that hamstring. And I just want to kind of let that guy heal a little bit, since we're considering ramping up soon. So I've been thinking about doing something called a seal row. We haven't done those. I've done them before. I just haven't done them in a long time because it's kind of hard to set up. But we'll see. Maybe, honestly, too, another thing I've been kind of wanting to get in are landmine rows. Ooh. Actually, the technical term, if you guys want to look it up, would be, I mean, if we end up doing it, you're about to see it. But they're called meadow rows. I don't know why they're called meadow rows, but that's what they're called. And they're solid. I used to do them all the time. I did find the landmine, by the way. And so, because they just moved it a little bit from last time where it was at. But we are definitely probably going to get some of that in, actually. That sounds perfect, because I can load that decently heavy because it's a one-sided movement, and it's not just going to be like, you know, doing the same kind of load on my hamstring with like a regular barbell bent over row or something, you know what I mean? So I also want to do kind of some one arm rows. I typically, when we're doing shoulders, I do kind of focus more on traps, because obviously, like, you can really, you know, get shoulders and traps intermingled pretty easy. And then I keep the lats for more back and buys. But it's not to say that I won't work on the traps or anything like that. You know, it's we do keep it back in box. But you get the gist. Probably not going to do anything too much lat focused. I probably will do something called a chair row. I call them chair rows. I don't see this exercise really much anywhere. So I don't know what else to call it. I've just always called them that. You'll come to find, guys, with a lot of this process, you don't just have to do exercises that you see people do. After you've been doing this long enough, especially me, like I've been doing this for basically decades at this point. You get very intuitive with a lot of the stuff, and you're really trying to get a very specific squeeze. And they're just like, if you play around with certain movements or tweak certain exercises you may already know, like a row, for example, you'll figure some stuff out. And so that's kind of what I do with that chair row. I'm sure it's an exercise. It's called something else, like I don't know. But the main idea with it, and we've done them before, it's just been a while, is to really target lower traps, mid traps, rather than upper traps in a rowing fashion that's from high to low on a cable, and I sit when I'm doing it. Obviously, that allows you to do more weight, but it's also making you like have to use your like posture muscles to sit upright, because that's the whole point of those muscles back there, is to help kind of stabilize your posture. Oh man, I feel like I'm about to sneeze. I'm telling y'all. I apologize. Anyways, please don't. I can't have this all day, dude. I can't do it. Been doing this all week. I blame the stash a little bit. All right. I think that was the last one. Okay. Can't be having that, man. That is purely allergy based. I feel great. But that being said, yeah, when you're doing that chair row, you're squatted. I'm going to show you guys. We're definitely going to do this exercise. And you're going to pull. And when you pull, the idea is to like, you'll use obviously a little traps because you're going from high to low, pulling like this. But what's going to end up happening is, you know, these same trap muscle groups are typically hit when you're doing pull-ups anyways. Or like if you lean back enough, honestly, when you're doing a lat pull down, and you make it more of a rowing motion, that's also going to help hit that too. But that's what helps get your chest up. And it's a muscle group that I feel like a lot of people undermine. I definitely need to hit it way more. I've been neglecting it for a while because I hammered down on it for a very, very, very long time. But anyways, I'm going on a tangent here. There's a few different things I want to hit here. Shoulder wise, I don't get too complicated with it. I kind of want to throw in some supersets with some bus drivers. Probably not do too much like pressing motion. We're probably going to isolate a little bit today. Upright rows, great example of doing the traps and the shoulders in conjunction. Side raises, rear delt flies, all that mix. So anyways, we need to get inside. I've got to get a little bit of extra recording done today. But anyways, nothing too crazy. Friday is like one of those days I don't take any phone calls because no one's focused on their fitness on Fridays. Let's be real. Most people are focused on the weekends, and I'm not going to be the guy to get on a phone call and try and like win your attention over when you're already thinking about the weekend. You know, I will talk to you on Sunday when you're regretting the weekend, right? But that being said, I'm going to get inside, spend some time warming up, really get this hamstring, nice and going, so that way when we load up on that, metal row, it's not going to give us any problems, and we're going to get after it. All right, course correction. We're going to do clean and presses because we've been avoiding those for the past like couple weeks. It took me a minute to get warmed up, but I think we're pretty warmed up. I took a very long break, so I'm going to jump right into this. We're just going to do 2 more sets of 5. Because there's a lot of exercises I want to get in today, and we've done like 4. And again, these are not going to be just like the best of form either, just because I'm trying to not just load my hamstrings just too much, but at the same time, I don't want to get used to not doing these movements And really I'm using it to kind of feel out what's tight. I've actually got the foam roller off to the side here. And I'm just kind of like rolling out certain areas. I need to do my shoulders here in a second. There we go. Yeah, that's like set number 5, so one more, we'll get 6 in, you know, nothing crazy. But we do got a lot I want to get in, so I still want to get those meadow rows in, so we're gonna get those in next, but one more set. The thing I think I've come to determine for the day is I definitely want to really fuck the traps up. Like that's a very big like thing I'm focusing on today, so definitely gonna have to get some kind of shrug variation in, but it's gonna be at the very end because we're gonna use it as some kind of burnout. That's typically the way I like to go about fucking whatever said thing up. But I definitely think that's just an area I've been lacking in just a little bit. So we've got these. We're gonna go ahead and get some side raises in just to kind of like, you know, get the shoulders taken care of after this. We're gonna go straight into meadow rows. We're gonna get into some rear delt, probably rear delt flies. And then we might go ahead and get into the shrugs after that. We might be good to go. And then of course, since we're doing back today, I always like to go ahead and hit the rectus abdominis on this day. Typically, what I'm probably going to do, I haven't done this superset in a minute. I'm not gonna record it because we've already got so much we're gonna record today. And we've already done this before. But I'm gonna do the ab rollout superset with leg raises. Or even, I might even just do superset with like lying leg raises. Just to kind of like, you know, take a break from the hanging because I've been doing a lot of that recently. And that way I can kind of focus more on like the core aspect. But anyways, let's get one more of these in and then we'll move over to some dumbbells. I feel like I was gonna puke. You know what? I think I'm gonna go full clean and press with this one. I've been doing a lot of hang clean and presses, but just to kind of, you know, get that full metabolism going, because this is more full body, you know. So a little bit of everything's getting activated, and then we're gonna hammer down on shoulders and blah. Shoulders and back. Okay. All right. That's it for that. Let's go get some traps going. Traps, shoulders. Shoulders and traps. All right, this may look a little ridiculous. I am completely out of the lighting, so I'll need to rearrange this here in a second, but I really want to go really light. This is like 5 pounds. Really light and really just focus on these, making my shoulders go wide. You know what I mean? Lift that chest. And, you know, it's just mainly I never take the time to do this with my shoulders. And that's something I think that's causing that shoulder to round forward, especially on, I think it's on this side. I need to get in better lighting so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But definitely one of these shoulders is like rounded forward, so I'm trying to like pull it back like that. I felt it pop. I feel like stretching now. Okay, that was 10. That actually felt good. But I don't think 5 is going to cut it, so we are going to go up to 10s. All right. Only one more set. We did 3 sets before we pulled you guys out. And that's probably how we're going to do things today, is just 2 sets of everything. Because I think we're going to record like 4 or 5 exercises. So make it quick for you guys. Hopefully the sliding's a little bit better so you can see what's going on here. Boom. Really try and get your pinkies up. I'm gonna try and do this. This is like it's really, you know, we're working shoulders right now, but it does feel like it's a trap problem back here. Okay, done with those. Nothing too crazy, but you know, usually I'm kind of cranking those out. So taking the time with those and slow. It's definitely something I think I need, especially the side raises. Rear delt flies too. Those will come here in a second, but I do think truly the next best move, I'm gonna have to choose between metal rows and chair rows. I think I'm gonna choose chair rows. So I think we're gonna go ahead and get those going. These never cease to freaking amaze me, dude. They are effing me up so bad in my back. I had to drop the weight. I'm not even using that much weight. I'm using like 42 pounds on a cable. Nothing. But it's just the fact that you have to, you're in a position when you're doing this, like I said, you're gonna be squatting in this position. I mean, you wanna get a deep squat. You wanna try and get parallel. And because you're in that stance and something's pulling you forward, your core has to engage, including like when I say core, people think this, like that includes your back, like your back muscles. And that causes this like posterior chain pull. So when you pull, especially what I'm doing here that I haven't really done much before, I usually pull straight down using a lot of lats, which helps get the lower traps involved. But I'm going wide, almost like I did something with this, like a face pull, which we'll play around with that later. But it is jacking me up. Like it feels like it's about to cramp in a good way. Like there's by far, I've been doing this a long time, guys. Like I've been doing this for 15 years. By far, this exercise is the number one exercise I feel the deepest squeeze on. And it's probably because I need to be doing it and I keep skipping it around, but it's just something I'm able to just get this extreme squeeze on. And every time I show it to somebody, it definitely hits them hard. But full on, like you can get out here, I have to like stretch my back out right now. It's getting me so bad. But like, here, let me get right here. Full on squat here. So like you're, boom, chest up. You really, this is the most important part. You can't just be here. If you're here, you don't have any tension in your back. You gotta get the chest up, lock the shoulders in and have them pinch down and then pull and open. Jesus Christ. And don't just like, don't do this. You're not trying to rep this out. You're trying to squeeze and open your elbows. Oh my God. I kind of think about trying to tuck my chin if you guys see me doing that too. That's gonna help your erectors engage. Try and tuck that butt a little bit. God bless it. I'm gonna add a little bit more weight. It makes my back want to cramp up, which is a good sign. Yeah, this is exactly what I need for my freaking posture, but this isn't gonna cut it. I've also got to work on this freaking anterior pelvic tilt, which I'm trying something new. Like obviously I'm doing a lot of like lower ab work, but my lower abs are pretty freaking strong, man. Like I said, you guys see me do those V pull-ups on a freaking rope. So I'm gonna keep doing that, but like another thing I'm trying is like hip abduction, where like I literally doing this for a warm-up. I do these laying down and I do these standing, like leaning next to something, but like really trying to make sure my pelvis is tilted forward, and then side leg raise. And I do feel a significant like squeeze right in here. And so doing these, I already did like 20 of these already, but this kind of stuff is what I think is going to help kind of push that forward, because that banana back, dude, is definitely fucking me up in a bunch of different ways. Like obviously
aesthetically, not a fan, right? And then this, what this is doing, it's helping like keep me from doing this, which is all the boxing and stuff. But like, if I just do that, I'm gonna get full banana back there if I just keep doing that race. So I have to work on that tilt too. And it's hard. It is hard. It's definitely tight, but the more I do these, I am noticing like I'm feeling it. I just gotta do a little bit more like release work. And really, I should be doing more stretching on it too, but I do stretch it every day. See, I'm trying to tilt that pelvis. When I tilt, and tilting the pelvis, I think is what's making this a really hard thing for me. Yeah, because if I don't use my core here, dude, I'm just gonna fall back. This isn't enough weight to just support me leaning back on it, you know? Shit. You know what I'm gonna do? Hold on. Since this is the last set, I did do 3 sets before this, so this is technically set number 5. I'm gonna drop the weight. I'm gonna drop it a lot. Like this is like 12 pounds. I really wanna try like a face pull like this in that position and just see what it feels like. Let me double check, make sure you guys are good to go recording wise. Yeah, you are. Sometimes I get a little OCD about it. I have literally done a full like 3 sets and not realized I wasn't recording multiple times. It's not fun because then you got to do it again. More reps for me. See, this is arguably harder because I've got less like something pulling me this way to balance me out, so I have to use a lot more core. Oh shit. I did feel it. I felt that on the hip flexors more than I felt that in the back, but whatever. Good enough. A little experimentation. Definitely got a good squeeze in. I'm gonna hit. I was thinking about doing rear delts here, but I think we're gonna go ahead and do rear delt flies over there, and then we got to burn out our traps with some kind of shrug variation. I'm not sure which yet. Did not record the rear delts. Didn't think it was going to be anything just super interesting. So found this little area that I don't know if they're putting any equipment here later on or not, but I kind of like how empty it is. Because it's got some good lighting from the natural lighting from the window. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, just some shrugs. 2 sets of some shrugs. And this will be all we get for, well, it won't be all we get for recording. We might go ahead and do a pose out. I would rather not, though. I don't feel very good. But it's not the reason we do that. It's not an ego thing. It's a checking your progress kind of thing. Not a lot of weight, if you guys notice. I only got like 40s in my hand right now. Man, and this is set number 3, so I'm feeling it pretty good. But yeah, we're gonna hit some abs after this. Not gonna record that because it's just gonna be super simple, and I just want to hammer it down. And we'll probably do a pose out. It needs to get done. And then I've got to do some recording shit. So much stuff. I'm not going over it. Give myself a little bit of a break, and we're gonna attack this again. All right, let's wrap this baby up. Like I said, this, and I'm gonna have abs, and we're gonna get a pose out next time you see me. But no, let's just get these in. My brain's just fucked up this week. Just all over the place. No excuses. Getting it done. I don't know if y'all can see like the definition that's coming out on my shoulders, but I feel like that's where a lot of that body fat's coming from. I don't feel like we had that before. And honestly, my chest a little bit. I'm seeing some muscles. Bound to pop out. All right, I'm done. Getting distracted, I tell you that. Very badly. One of those days. My sleep's been kind of shitty. That's on me. Not going to bed on time, like usual. My fucking fault. But I'm gonna finish this up, and I'll see you guys when I see you guys. All right, we are done. Dude, we've been in the gym for over 3 hours. It's quite ridiculous. And not even most of that was, a lot of that was not even like us recording. I didn't spend very much time recording extra content at all. I spent maybe like 20 minutes. I don't know why I do this to myself. I need to start really paying attention the rest times. I don't know. I just spent, you know, it's one of those things. This is actually how I would prefer to do every day of my workouts, where I can just take my time, you know, whatever the case may be. But I mean, it was a decent workout. Decent. I'm tired of taking it easy. Dude, I will say this too, man. When I was doing some bag work for some cardio at the end, kicked the absolute fucking shit out of my hand, dude. Thank God it's not broken. I thought I broke it for a second. It fucking hurts. It's fine, I think. But it did not feel good at all, my guy. But anyways, yeah, I think paying attention the rest time is going to be fucking prevalent, man. It's just, when I'm recording this fucking content sometimes, guys, it really does get in the way of my workouts. So when listen, if I am like cutting content short, you got to understand, like, I love you guys. I'm not sacrificing my workout time for recording content for you guys. I'm just not going to do that. Have fun flying. Because you guys do shit like this, that's why. You fuckers. There you go. Anyways, for real, like when it comes down to like my goals, you know, when I'm setting boundaries for myself, I don't care if it's fucking work or for a client, that will not get in the way of my workouts. It won't. I have made that concrete with myself. Not a client, not family, nothing. Like, it's not, nothing is going to get in the way of that shit. Not all, and now again, if there's an emergency, you motherfuckers, quit moving around. But if there's like an emergency, obviously I'll move the workout around, but the workout's fucking getting done, right? Like, I don't give a fuck. That's like, my fitness, my health comes first. Absolutely utmost. Otherwise, I can't provide for people, right? And so, doing workouts like that, where I really just like, I'm focusing on me, I'm not thinking about the rest of the fucking day, I want to enjoy my time, like, it's gonna happen from time to time. But at the same time, I do feel like we could have gotten a more intense workout by doing more, or like less rest and like paying attention to that. And sometimes when I'm recording content, it gets in, you know, it gets in the way of my fucking focus of what I'm fucking trying to do for the workout. So I don't know. That's why I stopped vlogging for a long time, because I wanted the fucking focus on me, and it's why I don't vlog every day. So I don't know. There's definitely something that's got to be addressed about that, because I do not fucking like that at all. I don't know. I'm sitting here ranting. I'm probably just fucking tired. You see how much I'm saying fuck, but I'm frustrated. I want to be able to, I want to be able to do both, record and be able to get a fucking insane fucking workout, which I can. It just takes a lot of focus, and on days like this where my allergies are acting up and I'm tired and blah blah blah, complain, it's hard. So I'm bitching and moaning because we got done with the work and now I'm done with it, and now I'm bitching and moaning. I don't know. I'm fucking talking and yapping about absolutely jack shit. I keep this shit in here so you guys can see, like, this is part of the process too. Like, getting frustrated with yourself and going like, what the fuck am I doing? I didn't do this right, I didn't do that right. Stop fucking moving around, you pricks. That shit frustrates me. But you gotta laugh it off, kind of like what I'm doing, because again,
You just got to show up the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day. And if you let this shit emotionally take you, like, get you so emotionally upset that you, like, throw a temper tantrum, then you're fucking doing the wrong thing. You're treating it the wrong way, because that doesn't help you whatsoever. But anyways, I'm fucking losing my mind. I'm gonna end this fucking vlog. We're not gonna have another one for 3 days, so it'll give me time to kind of fucking do what I want to do. I'm sitting here acting like you guys are a problem. I'm just fucking frustrated. That's all it is. Nothing's wrong. Your boy's just at the end of his workout. He's frustrated, and whatever have you. I'm just sitting here fucking ranting. But just know, next time you guys will see me, it will be on Tuesday for me. I think I'll actually posting the same day of, and that should be actually back in biceps. So funny enough, 2 back days back to back. Whoa! I gotta stop this fucking vlog. I'll see you guys on that one. Peace!